Hi, hello. This is Mayari darling. Anyway, you can call me just Mayari. Wow, I haven't recorded in a hot minute. You can see that. It's so obvious. Let's do this again. My name is Mayari darling. You can just call me Mayari or Maya. Either way is fine. Welcome back to the channel. Or if you're new here, hi, hello. Happy to have you around. Short introduction. Wow, I cannot speak. Short introduction. I am a writer, and for this particular series or pen name, I am a fanfiction writer. Specializing, which is a weird word to use. I feel like I'm introducing myself for a job interview, but yeah, I do reader inserts in Tumblr mainly. I started in Tumblr and then branched out to other websites. Usually I just cross post though. I'm too lazy to make content for each one differently, and that kind of sucks if I only do it in one specific website. So I just cross post a lot. So yeah, if you've been here in this rodeo before, things are a bit different, and I plan on making them a bit different because if you were here last time, the video took 6 hours long. Oh my gosh, I still feel embarrassed that I remember that. I wonder if anyone finished it. if you did, that's so funny. Thank you. I don't know why you would finish it. I don't blame you, but honestly, if you did go through 6 hours of that, I would have given you an award. Anyway, anything different? Sorry if my voice sounds a little off this time. I'm actually sick right now. I got the flu or something. I have a bad cold, is not a cough. There we go. I have a bad cough, and it's been kicking my ass for like 2 weeks now, which worried me. Anyways, I'm on medication now, but it's still bad. So please bear with my trashy ass voice. It was already ass before, but now it's worse. Please excuse me. Anyway, so before we start, I wanted to talk a bit about some changes in the what do you call this? The channel. I hope you don't mind. So the typing video anyway, is gonna be an hour long, and that's not even scratching the surface. It was like 5 pages out of 41, I think. The total of this fix word count is like 15k. I am not beating the long writer allegations. So yeah, this is gonna take an hour long. At least it's not 6 hours. We take what we can get. It's sort of a preview, so yeah. So I hour you don't mind me again talking about a bit about the channel and stuff like that, so we can fill in those 1 hour long video. I didn't want you guys just listening to just typing and music, unless you do want that. I don't mind making a version where it's just typing and music and you can read along or something. I don't know. Anyways, so but if you do want to skip to the part where it's about the fix, I plan on talking about the self-aware Genshin AU, or at least what I know about it, and the fic itself. So if you want to skip there directly, feel free to. I'll give you guys a timestamp so you can go there. I don't know how to tag stuff. You gotta do it manually. I don't know how to do that. Bear with me. I don't know. This is my second Write With Me video and it's already failing. So yes. Wow, yes. So yes, I'll give you a timestamp. Give me a minute to just fix this a bit. Hello, are you back? Okay. Sorry if that took a bit, or you suddenly got cut off. Get used to it, because I don't know what I'm doing exactly, so I'm still learning how to edit stuff. And I wanted to check, I keep forgetting to press the record button, so there's gonna be a lot of cuts. I keep forgetting to do that. Amazing, I'm recording and I keep forgetting to press record. So yeah, anyways, let's start. I was thinking of making maybe I'll be pausing a bit to rest my voice every now and then. So yeah, and if you keep seeing me look here, it's because I have a text note up for what I wanted to talk about. Also, I lowered the volume a bit for the music, so hopefully it's not blaring in your ears again. Because I listened to the video and it was really loud. I'm so sorry about that. So for channel updates, oh, give me a minute, it's really loud on my end. Shush your mouth. Hopefully that lessened a bit for you, but not completely. Anyways, I keep rambling, I'm so sorry. you can hear me that I'm trying to fill that 1 hour void. Anyways, so what to expect from the video. Again, if you've been here before or you've seen some of the older videos, you know that I changed models again. Like a freak. I keep changing them like I'm so popular or something. But no, it's just me being very picky about the models. So actually, I'm gonna tell you guys a bit of a backstory about the models. So when I started the channel, it was originally supposed to be an actual VTubing channel. Like, I wanted to be a full-on VTuber, like doing games, stuff like that. And I used this model. I call it the Sarimarna model or the Marna model. It's supposed to be for this character called Sarimarna Silanganan. I know it's very Filipino. That's intentional. I wanted it. You guys can't believe how intentional that was. It was the most nationalistic thing I could have done. Anyways, so yeah, I wanted to start using Marna, but I realized I used this old laptop back then and it could not carry me playing games and using the VTube Studio app and then Streamlabs, so I had to quit using it. So yeah, if you can see, I had like 6 videos up of using the Marna model and then I stopped. So I realized I couldn't do gaming stuff, so I focused instead on doing writing. I think I talked about this a bit on the first Write With Me video, but I got inspired by this one other VTuber. She was recording herself making Love in Deep Space fanfic. I think it was like headcanons or something from what I remember. I can't remember her name. I might tag her on the description just if you want to check her out, because I remember her model was very pretty. She looked like Alice. She was giving Alice vibes, as in Alice in Wonderland, but I think she was supposed to be a princess. Very, very cute. Super cute. Check her out. I'll leave her channel in the description or something. Anyways, because of that, I had to switch to... oh my gosh. Give me a minute. Damn, you're gonna hear me dying in this damn video. Anyways, so yeah, it was decided that I was gonna do writing, and since I already have a writing account, or basically a writing persona, which is Mayari Darling, I decided to go with that. However, I was like, the Marna model didn't really fit the vibe of Mayari. Marna was all sunshines and very happy colors. Mayari is based on moon, as the name implies. It's ano. Wow. I'm gonna teach you guys Filipino right now. When I say ano, it just means what. So I basically said it means, or something like that. I can't even explain things anymore. Anyways, don't mind me. If you hear that, just gloss over it. But yeah, so I wanted to go with the Mayari name, but Marna and her aesthetic even Sun Chaser wasn't cutting it, so I had to change everything, or at least I thought I had to change everything. So Mayari, or the snow leopard model, was born, and by born I mean all of my models are bought off of Etsy. So yeah, I used the snow leopard model. I thought for the moment, oh, she's perfect. She has the white and blues, and I just edited her a bit. Edited is not the term. Is it? Yeah, basically, you're given permission sometimes by the artists or sellers of the models to customize. There we go. You can customize the models a bit for your persona. So I did mine, colors of white, blue, and yellow because moon again. So that was the Mayari model for the first Ride With Me episode, the one with the solo leveling fic that reached 6 hours. Jiminy. Anyways, so I was content with it for a while, but then I realized I kept getting bothered by it because yes, the colors are very Mayari, but I was the one who fixed that. The model itself, with her short hair and pop idol like outfit, I wasn't really vibing with that, so I decided to change myself a bit, and I looked really hard for a good model, and now we have this one. So this one is called Detective Meow. It's really cute, huh? I love her so much. My friends said she looked like Navia from Genshin Impact, and I couldn't agree more because she originally had blonde hair and was it blue eyes or gold eyes, something like that. So yeah, that was the original, and then I tinkered with her a bit, and honestly I bought her because I saw that she had a toggle for holding up a pen, and I was like, oh, you're perfect. So yeah, we ended up with this model, Detective Meow. And I've never said this before, but actually what got me into VTubers and VTubing was a very specific detective-based VTuber. If you know, you know. may he rest in peace. I'm kidding. But yeah, so I really do love detective stories, and I was inspired by a detective VTuber, so it's like an homage in a sense. So now, yes, this is Mayari now, and I hope I don't have to change models for a very, very long time. Wow, girl, we are just 8 minutes in. What am I gonna talk about for a full hour? Oh my gosh, I think this was a mistake. This was a very big mistake. Also, if you keep seeing me looking away, it's because I'm checking if someone's gonna enter through the door. I am recording during the day, and I'm worried someone's gonna barge in, and y'all are gonna hear a very big name drop. Anyway, so that's the history about the channel and the models, the 3 models I've been using. Hopefully we stick around for this one because I actually really like this model. Super fun, super cute. So anyway, the biggest changes, I guess you could say, in the channel is this second one, which is the content style. So in the original Ride With Me, what I wanted to do was, again, I wanted to record my actual process, and you can see it in real time. Mind you, the solo leveling fic, the Ride With Me episode 1, the In the End It's Still You story, 2 things. I never finished that on screen because it was 32k words. It was a full-on novella, so I had to change tactics. I had to cut it. I just said, oh, this is what I'm gonna show. It's like a preview. And I thought that would be fine. No, it still took 6 hours because the story itself actually was written in months. It took me months to write that. And yeah, it's not that obvious because I guess it had a lot of flaws, as all stories do. But it took me so long to make it. So I couldn't fit that all in. And it still took 6 hours, and it had a lot of dead air, stuff like that, so I didn't want that to happen again. This is like 15k words again, this second fic, so that would be like 3 hours if I recorded, and still it wouldn't be enough. Mind you, I finished, I had, I'll repeat this maybe later if I forget, but I actually wrote this months back, but I dropped it and then I picked it up again and then I finished it in a single day, so I'm not saying that, oh, it was fast because it just took me a day. No, I'm saying that if you wanted me to record a full 12 hours, I'm not doing that. So yeah, that's one of the changes. Give me a minute. Okay, about that. Sorry, I thought my family were talking to me, but no, they just turned on the radio. So if you hear the radio, GG. Anyways, I hope that the music covers that up. Amen. So yeah, that's my problems with the original video. So I'm planning on. Give me a minute. That was way too. That radio is way too loud. Alright, I'm back. I'm just gonna finish talking about the content style changes and then we're gonna shift to actually talking about the fic. Anyway, I changed the content style in the sense that I wanted to make it a shorter video. So instead of 6 hours, this was reduced to 1 hour. I'm just giving everyone like a preview of the first few paragraphs of the story, and then I'll talk about the process of the video. I'm so dumb. No, the process of the plot. Like how. No, not how. I mean, what was the first concept of the plot, and then what ended up happening. You're gonna get spoiled a bit because, of course, this is made after I wrote the fic, and I'm gonna assume that you actually read it. If not, it's fine, it's cool. You're here to hear me yap mostly, and maybe because of white noise, you can listen to me as white noise as you do your own thing. But yeah, so one other thing is, since I will be just shortening this, and I won't actually be making it on screen, I actually pre-recorded the typing. So it's like, instead of making the fic on screen, like you follow me in real time, I finished the fic so it's faster, and then I just recorded myself typing it down, and then I'll be placing this voiceover or this VTuber model in the background so you can hear me typing with the music and then yapping. You got all three, so I hope you guys like it. Anyway, so that's for the more on the changes. I actually thought of making shorts, but no, I can't bring myself to do shorts right now. So yeah, my voice, I'm losing my voice. I'm so sorry. I hope it's not grating to the ears. If it is, you can skip this video. I give up. If you think the music is too loud, my voice is ass, and everything is just a mess, feel free to skip the video, and maybe I'll tell you to come back if I got my my stuff together. So yeah, give me a hot minute. We're gonna pause for a bit. I'm gonna rest my voice, stuff like that, and then when we come back, I'll talk about SAGAU. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but it's basically the self-aware Genshin AU, which is what I wrote for this fic. I'm just gonna give you a brief summary of it. If you came from Tumblr, you'll probably already know what it is. So yeah, just a brief summary. Anyways, give me a minute. I'm gonna take a break. You probably noticed there was a gap in the music because I I messed up. I actually went back to record and then I realized I didn't check the other recording for this because I kept pausing and stuff. You're used to it, but anyways, I had to check and then I realized I thought it didn't save. I was so scared because I didn't want to repeat everything. I don't have a script for these. I just ramble and yap because we are filling that 1 hour void. So I had to check and then I realized it was just this video in particular, and it basically saved a file, but I couldn't open it yet because the stream was, or the video was ongoing. Like I was trying to play this video while it was still recording, so that was my fault and I had to exit real quick because I was so scared. Anyways, so we're gonna talk about SAGAU. So I'm probably again pronouncing it wrong. It's basically the self-aware Genshin AU or Genshin Impact AU. I keep saying SAGAU. It's probably not how you pronounce it. You're probably just supposed to say SAGAU, but that's way too long for me. So I just say SAGAU. You know, simpler. So that's the SAGAU. I feel like if you're familiar with fandoms and fanfiction in general, and I suppose to an extent reader inserts, like you're in this specific niche of fandom and fan works, I feel like you would know what a self-aware AU is. So I'm gonna give you a rundown of it and what's it like in Genshin specifically. So SAGAU is again a self-aware AU. So you expect that these fictional characters we all know and love, somehow they become aware that they're not real, or at the very least they think they're in a world that is different from ours, in a sense that it's a game, it's a story, it's fictional. They're aware that to an extent they're not real, or compared to ours it's different. So that's what the self-aware AU entails. So in Genshin it's the same thing. The characters, mainly the playable characters or the main characters, including the harbingers, even though they aren't playable yet, most of them, almost all of them, even some of the NPCs, I think. It depends on which writer you're watching, which writer you're reading. Oh my gosh, wow. I hate myself. Anyways, it depends on which one you're watching. Reading. I meant to say reading, dear listeners. It depends on which writer you're reading. But yes, depending on who it is, they make twists, of course, about what you're supposed to expect from their self-aware AU. Now, for Genshin, there's also, I'm not sure with other fandoms if they have the same thing, but for this SAGAU, there's this thing called the Creator AU. It's like a sub-branch of SAGAU where reader inserts are most prevalent, if I'm not mistaken. It's the idea that the reader, or as the player, you are a creator for the characters. They recognize you as this higher being, or a god basically, in their world. So they think, it depends again on the writer, but each reader has like a certain level of lore in the world of Tevat. So for example, I wrote, maybe I'll talk about it someday, but I wrote this fic called Who's to Say What's Fake or Real? Wait. Is that the fic? Oh wait, that's a bit different, but we'll get a, I think, we'll talk about that later, about the imposter AU. Sorry. For creator AUs, most of the time it's just, a creator, you're a god, so they think you made them, not in the developer way, but in a literal creator way, in the sense that you gave them life, you gave them the earth, you gave that, you rule over maybe the heavenly principles, you blessed them with their visions, and stuff like that. You basically give them everything that they could have wanted, and in turn they worship you, stuff like that. Normal religious stuff. Damn, I can't show this to my family. Anyways, so that's the creator AU. Now there's a sub branch with the creator AU, and it's called the imposter AU. As the name suggests, this is gonna be like super mysterious and stuff, but I need a water break. Give me a minute. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, imposter AU. So for the imposter AU, as the name suggests, there's an imposter, they think anyway. The characters think there's an imposter that is pretending or is impersonating their creator. Most of the time though, in stories like the imposter AU, from what I've seen anyway, is the imposter or the reader is actually the real creator, and sometimes they're just confused. The characters are just confused that they think you're impersonating the creator, or there's an actual imposter, a different character who is pretending to be you. So that's what imposter AUs are usually. They think it's overall they think you're the imposter. Also, there's some people. I say some people, but I'm giving the example. It's my story. So in one of my stories, it's called "Who's to Say What's Fake or Real." That twist is that you are really the imposter. Like, you descended into the pad and they saw your face and they celebrated because they think you're the actual creator. So they're very happy, they're very happy that you're here and you're super helpful to them, super kind. And then one day the actual creator arrives, and the creator AU has a thing of like, the creator is well known for having gold blood, like Iker, like in Greek mythology, stuff like that. So that's what happens in my story. The creator arrives, and that creator basically forces the characters to have you step down. So you do, and then you live in the Aranara forest. You just vibe with the Aranara, and eventually the creator is like an asshole. So the characters are like, oh no, we need to bring back the reader. So they find you eventually, and then they bring you back, and then they don't tell you that they actually killed the original creator, and now it's just you, and they're pretending that you are the real one. Yeah, that's like a sample of the imposter AU. It's not all of everyone of course always has their own twist. I love every SAGAU fic I find. It's the one niche in Genshin Impact fandom that I adore. You can see that by the way in my fics that I keep on writing for SAGAU. I think all I've been writing these days is SAGAU because I love it so much. It's so good. Whoever, I'm so sorry, I don't know who started the self-aware Genshin AU specifically, like who made the first story, but I just want them to know I love them so much. Their brain is so big. Their pen is on fire. I love them. And yeah, I love every writer and reader who has talked to me about it. And yeah, so that's the SAGAU AU. Wow, this is SAGAU fic, I mean. Okay, so that's SAGAU. I'm thinking if I should cut this video short or we'll head straight to the fic. And I guess we'll head straight to the fic. Okay, so for the fic, which is called "There is Salvation in Your Arms." I know it's so overly cringy, it's so dramatic, but I'm not gonna lie, I broke out poetic Mayari for this one. There's a bit of crack Mayari mixed in, but no, this is mostly me trying to write fire lines, and I don't know if I succeeded, if I didn't. Mostly I think I did not. But I tried my best, and that's what's important when you're writing. You do your best. So yeah. So I can't my apologies, I keep coughing. That is not very ASMR of me. I'm dying. And I didn't want to record this on another day because I'm gonna be very busy with work again. Oh, shucks. Wow. Shucks. That's just an exclamation of like, oh my gosh. One of the things I also feel like I'll change with the content is I might just write a very long fic every month, or at least like one video per month. And then if I'm able to write other fics, then I'll do it in between. Like for example, between this fic and the solo leveling fic, I actually wrote 1 or 2 more fics, which is for Flynn. Flynn. I'm not talking about Rapunzel's Flynn. I'm talking about Flynn's. Kirill I can't say his middle name. Kirill I'm so sorry. But yeah, Flynn's. I wrote one for Flynn's and I wrote one for Mawika. I'm actually surprised I wrote for Mawika, but I really wanted to write for her. Or at least I wanted that plot for her, the one I wrote. Anyways. So yeah. So for this fic, it's actually been in the back burner for a very long time, as all my work in progress is. And it revolves around the idea that Capitano, as a person of Conria, as someone born from Conria, which is a nation that is believed or is known to not have a god or believed in no god. He of course doesn't believe in the creator as well, and he doesn't know it. He eventually finds out, but the creator actually likes that he treats them like they're human. So yeah. So some fun facts, I guess, or some warnings, content you should know about the fic is this is written from Capitano's POV, as you can see from the story that I'm writing right now on the screen if I successfully post this. And then the Tsaritsa's here. I had to write down the Tsaritsa, and we're gonna get into that because I'm a mess. This is more on fluff. There's just a bit of like angst thrown in for reader's trauma, and then a bit on the last part. You'll see what I mean when you get to the last part if ever you read it. But yeah, there's a bit of angst there, but mostly it's fluff. There's a bit of crap, the normal style. This is also oh my gosh, wait, water break. Honestly, I should have gotten a lozenge. I don't know where my lozenges are. Anyways, so where was I? Damn, I forgot where we were talking about. What do I remember we were talking about? We were talking about how this is rather prose heavy. A bit of reader's trauma as usual. What else was I trying to say? We also talked about the Tsaritsa and the Capitano's POV. What else? Oh my gosh, I forgot. Anyways, I guess we're moving on from that. Alright, a bit of spoilers for the Notlan quest because, it's Capitano. It's mostly a spoiler at the last part for his backstory or a part of his character, so be warned if you haven't done Notlan. Damn, I can't imagine having to start Genshin from today. That's a lot of Archon quests. Oh my gosh, I can't even do not cry right now. Anyway, so that's mostly the content. There's a bit of mention of wounds, I guess, because it's the creator. Oh yes, this is mostly imposter AU. Imposter AU in the sense that you are the creator though, and you're just, again, you're the imposter and you're being hunted down. I forgot to mention that for imposter AUs, most of the time you're being hunted down because again, they think you're an imposter, and what's the most normal, very very logical thing to do, well, you get hunted down by the damn characters. So that's the imposter AU, and I had to include that because angst. And I do love me a bit of angst, and then some comfort, lots and lots of comfort. So yeah, so that was the fic. But actually, there was an original plot for this. I had to change a couple of things, a lot of things actually. Like the later half of this fic, I had to change because I realized my original plan for it was a bit too hard. So in this fic, if you've read it again, but I'm gonna spoil you anyway. If you haven't read it, I hope you're prepared. But it's just very normal. Like again, the Capitano. Wow, the Capitano treats you like an actual human and not as the creator, and that makes you very happy, and you eventually get closer because of it. Now, in the original story for this actually is based on the Natlan quest. I was so inspired by that. I actually sobbed. I cried during Capitano's part in the Natlan quest. That's what inspired this fic in the first place. I was like, oh no, I need to give that man a good ending. I mean, technically he has one, but at the same time, it's he deserved better in my opinion. Anyway, I have a lot of thoughts about the Not Conquest, by the way. Let's talk about it later a bit while we fill up that 1 hour void. Right now, this video is 16 minutes. I probably reached the 1 hour void already, now that I think about it. But that's good. I'd rather we yap than nothing. So, yeah. So the original plot actually was that Reader is, yes, the creator, and yes, they're an imposter, but there's this big thing in the story. I keep this in the final fic, but Reader is always covered in bandages, or they cover their face. So I had there's this part where Reader actually shows their face to Capitano, and Capitano is surprised because your face is the lover he had in Natlan 500 years back in the past when he was still there. Yeah, it's super cringe. It was so there's a word for that. I guess I could call it self-gratifying. I wanted that plot so bad. I was like, oh, that would crush him. That would crush him. That would be like, oh, I hated you. I'm not hated. He didn't hate the creator. It was more so I didn't care about the creator, and then I just cared because, oh, that's you reincarnated into this divine being 500 years into the future in another body, I guess. You know, weird stuff. But yeah, I had to scrap that idea because I realized it was gonna be hard to pull off. Like, what happens after that? Gosh. Anyways, so yeah, that was the original plan. Do I need to take another break? Oh my gosh, water break. By the end of this video, I'm not gonna have a damn voice for the next 5 days or something. Anyway, so yeah, in the original fic, Reader was supposed to be a reincarnation of his lover 500 years in the past, but I didn't know how to pull that off. I just realized, like, if I wrote it, I think it would have ended during the part where I say she because I'm thinking of myself while I'm writing that, but I actually use they them pronouns for my fics because I had this one reader once. I think it was for a Sukuna fic. They were so happy that I use they them pronouns because most of the time when they read self inserts, reader inserts. When they read reader inserts, they notice that it was mostly appealing to a feminine reader, so like she, her pronouns, stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay, if you want, starting now, I'll always write in non-binary is not the term, in gender neutral pronouns. There we go. I use gender neutral pronouns now. So if you noticed, I actually started writing Geofics using she/her pronouns, and then at somewhere along the Sukuna timeline, I started using they/them. So it was that reason. Honestly, it's more comfortable too. I just hope that my writing for like dialogue for a reader isn't that bad. Like, you can tell sometimes when the original person is trying to write a girl, right? Sometimes I feel like you can tell with certain words, like they giggled when it's not, is that weird? Sometimes when I read that, I immediately imagine a girl, which is very weird now that I think about it. But yeah, I try to gloss over words that I feel like is too feminine. So at the very least, even if I can't write actual male content, I can at least make it more neutral sounding, if that makes sense. I hope it does. I hope I hope what I'm saying and my thoughts are at the very least making sense, at the very least, at the least bit, at the bare minimum. I hope they make sense. So so yeah, that was the original plan. So for this fic in particular, again, it starts with Capitano, and I wanted to make it that each line of like a part of the fic, because I do that a lot. I don't know if you've noticed. It's not one singular long fic. So for example, Annoying Brat, the Sukuna fic, is one whole scene. The one with Flints, the glint of gold is but a reflection, is just one whole scene. And Bunny Kisses, the Megumi fic, is actually just one whole scene too. Actually, most short stories, like short fics, if I'm not mistaken, do the same thing because it's easier. But I ended up for most of my fics, I actually do this thing where it's like, it's not new, of course. I didn't make this I didn't conceptualize it myself, of course. I feel like I've seen it before. Water break. I feel like ass, dog. My voice is going. I think when I finish talking about this part of the fic, I think I'm gonna have to go, guys. I'm so sorry. Let's consider this fic as a welcome back episode, I guess. Originally it was supposed to be the Shao part, or the Shao chapter of A Children's Tale for the Broken and the Damned, which is another SAGAU fic. I'll talk about that next time for the third episode. But this was more of just trying to get back into writing and making videos in general. So yeah, so for the fic, I did this thing where I break it down into pieces. So like there's multiple scenes. It's actually, I feel like I can break, when I do these long fics, I feel like you could consider them chapter fics in a way, by like the arc. So for each arc, I actually did it where Capitano describes, or like I describe what Capitano's current feelings for the creator are. So for example, if I'm not mistaken, I hope I'm remembering right, the first line of the fic is Capitano is a leader, not a worshipper. So I'm trying to cement the idea that this is Capitano. He's used to like doing his own thing. He doesn't do he sounds like a pick me. No. I just mean like most people who have beliefs, you go by your beliefs. Sort of like if this is good and bad, if this is what your parents taught you that's good or bad, that's what you follow through with, right? So in a sense, you follow what your parents are doing. So for Capitano's sense is, I wanted to make it that he sounded like, oh, he didn't follow the creator because that's what the creator wants him to do, or he doesn't do things that, oh, this would make the creator happy, this would make the creator sad, it's just him being like, this is what I think we should do, and this is what I would do. He's like the master of his own fate type of character at the start. That's what I did, and I hope that there's still a bit of him like that in the end, because I said this, I think, a bit. I mentioned it anyway, or was it for the Sarita? But be warned that they might be a little OOC, because again, this is a reader insert, so I have to tweak it a bit, that these characters fall in love even though maybe in another life they don't, or in their original works they probably don't. But of course, we write our little fandoms, our little characters, our little blorbos the way we want. It's a free country, it's a free feeling of being in a fandom, stuff like that. So expect that they might be a little OOC. So water break. Okay. Oh my gosh! Wow. I turned on the mic and exactly cleared my throat. Wow, what a fudge. Oh, so the way I wrote Capitano is he's a bit of someone who is confident with the stuff he does. He's more so concerned of the stuff that's going around him, not that what other people think of him. He's fine the way he is. He's just unsure of like changes around him, if that makes sense. I hope it does. But somehow I tried pulling it off, so he's in a state of where like everything new is odd, because I justified it as Conrians are very curious, if that makes any sense. Probably not again. Most of the things I say probably don't make sense, but here you are anyway. So, oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice. Give me a minute. We're gonna have to cut this off. What if I just start whispering, you know? Like an ASMR channel. I'm gonna try to lower my voice a bit more. Is that better or worse for like a bad throat? Okay, so anyways, yeah, I wrote this in the idea that oh my gosh. So do I talk in higher voice? I don't know. That's kinda annoying though if I talk in a higher voice. So I wanted it that kept. Oh my gosh, I hope you don't mind this voice. It sounds so wrong, but it hurt. My voice hurts. So where was I? Yeah, I wrote it in the style that the Conrians are very curious people. So because you know, you gotta be very, very curious to have made the field tillers. I forgot what you call them. Those Cyclops monsters, the machines. I just remember that Dainsleif called it the field tillers. So yeah, you gotta be really, really curious to have made those things. Even the Torre was like curious about those things. So that's what I made it, that even if Capitano wasn't scientist or engineer levels, he was still curious. That's a part of being human, and it's worse with the, not worse, it's more prevalent in like Conrians. So he's more so curious about his creator than he is like the idea of worshipping them. He's more so just like, why is everyone serving you when I don't? I've seen people worship the Archons, but when they do it with you, they act so differently. So in a sense, he's self-aware in the sense that people act oddly when the creator is here, and in a sense, around the middle part, he actually understands, or he gets roped into that idea too. So yeah, to an extent, he actually ends up worshipping the creator, not in the sense that worship. At least I don't think so. It's more so like understanding, like the creator or the reader thinks they're at a state of being in the same level as him, or at least they think they're friends, you know, stuff like that. But it's very dramatic. I'm not explaining it well, but I hope I'm selling it. Anyways, that's enough about him. I think it's really hard to write about people that you don't have much ideas on for their personality. Case in point, I wrote about the Tsaritsa. The Tsaritsa is a very, very big character. She's like the third most talkative character I wrote in that fic, and she's not even out. We don't know jack shit about her. She's a whole ass mystery. Like, Il Capitano is a mystery, Piero is a mystery, Pantalone is a mystery. Oh no, what's with the Tsaritsa? That's where the real question's at. So I was more curious about her, but I wanted to write her in a way that I feel like would make sense for a character who made the Fatui. You know, I'm probably wrong. We'll probably find out by 2 years, 3 years that I was very, very wrong. She's probably dead for all we know, and they're following like a dead body. I don't know. She could be the sweetest person ever or what, but I made it that she's a bit of like this mysterious character in the sense that Hoshipir is sweet with you, or at least she tries to be sweet, but you can tell that she's that type of person who's not plastic. Plastic is not the term. Plastic has I feel like there's a difference between plastic and how I wrote the Tsaritsa, in the sense that she's more manipulative than anything. Plastic is a bit just to get what they want. I think I'm not explaining that well, but that's how I wrote the Tsaritsa anyway. That she does her own thing and she enjoys her. She sort of manipulates in a way that is obvious to the harbingers, and the creator can sense that there's something off. Although, oh my gosh, you don't get that much sense there anyway. So yeah, I think this was enough for me. I'll see if I'm able to do anything else. I think this should have been enough. This would 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it would be enough. I think you can just enjoy the music and then the writing at this point. Or I guess I'll cut off the writing too. But yeah, for this episode I was supposed to just preview it anyway. And I hope you stuck around even though I'm sick as hell. If you have any questions, I guess I can just answer if you guys, I don't know, message on Tumblr or here in the comments. I don't know. Thank you. I hope you if you reach this point, even if you hear me dying, thank you. I hope we meet on better terms next time. So yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you. I'm glad I know. I knew I wasn't gonna end this video without saying that again. So yeah, I hope to see you guys again next time. And if you don't, it's fine. Thank you for being here anyway. I keep saying thank you. That's all for now. Goodbye.